Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil. So let's see where market can move and how we can plan for tomorrow. First, we are going to see weekly, then daily, then 50-minute time frame. Last week we discussed on here 11,400 going to be the most important level because 11,400, if any candle closing below, market can be negative on here. Because you can see here the selling pressure was continuing on here. So this week was going to be deciding week. If market is if seller able to close below closing this price 11,400 which we decided on last week, then we can see market was completely become negative, and we can see also a selling pressure establishing on here. Instead of selling, you can see here no doubt 11,400 or intraday market retest this level, but after retest this level 11,400 market suddenly become positive on here. That means it's on buying market. Now the price on here, last 3 week market did not move anywhere. 3 weeks market trade on the same range. That means it's a accumulation zone. Buyer try to break his resistance level. So we are going to planning to buy on here as soon as it break 12,200. Remember 12,200, as soon as it break the high, we can plan to buy on here, and market can become positive on here. Chances very high. We can see very good trending market that to be in positive buying side. We are going to see on here very soon, even this week or even maybe the upcoming week, market going to be positive on here. If it is buying market, then no doubt buyer will try to close his above his previous resistance level, so that seller will not going to be selling. Seller will not going to be sell again. The price will become completely W pattern. So it's another price pattern, another positive sentiment for the market. So I hope you understand the point, and I hope you got you got my point about the weekly view, friends. Let's take the daily time frame to understand price movement. On a daily time frame, still market looking very aggressively buying on here. You can see here, though it's a one direction momentum, but somewhere intraday market getting pause on here. That means retracement almost done on here. So chances are very high as we plan on a weekly chart. As soon as we break 12,000 on here for intraday, we can plan to buy as soon as it crossed 12,180. Because this was the last swing was market made somewhere 12,175. So our buying target price will going to be 12,180. After opening flat, as soon as it cross, we can plan to buy on here. You can see here after sharp selling, it's a 50% correction, seller sell again, but buyer strongly able to close on his resistance level. So this resistance level also hit it for the multiple times. So this resistance also become weak on here. As soon as it break, we can see aggressively buying market on here. At least buyer will try to close above 12,850, so that seller will not going to sell on here. Market will going to be completely under the buyer. So this week we are going to plan to buy aggressively on here, unless if anything closing below this swing, then market will going to be negative on here. So, but this level will not going to be possible as per the price. But we are going to planning to buy on here. As soon as we break the high, as we decided 12,175, we can plan to buy on here. Let's take the one more point. If anything sudden gap down, remember if anything gap down, all of this swing will going to be for the buying, because you can see here 11,650, 11,800, 11,900, all of this point will going to be for the buying. Suppose if anything gap down on Monday or even Tuesday, if anything market trading on after opening gap down, market trading on here, we are not going to be buying on, we are not going to be selling on here. Even if anything gap down, any positive sentiment, any positive price action, we have to we need to consider for the buying side as per the price. Because you can see here seller tried to sell again, and it was completely price action for the selling, but immediately sudden reverse. That means it's a confirm that buyer are there, buyer aggressively buying on the market. One more important point I wanted to show you, you can see here it's on aggressively buying, it's on aggressively buying, and it's on aggressively buying. That means it's a sharp buying. Whenever you see this kind of a price pattern on the chart, that could be in daily, that could be in even intraday, whenever you see this kind of momentum, you have to first things you have to be in your mind somewhere buyer are there in the market. Though it's a negative market, but this is the price. Whenever you notice, whenever you identify this kind of moment in the market, the sudden reverse, sudden buyer, sudden buying happening in the market, that means somewhere market trying to become positive, from the selling to be a buyer, from the seller to be buyer, market trying to positive on here. I hope you got my point, friends. So let's check the 50-minute time frame to understand the intraday momentum. Suppose after opening flat, the consider will going to be after opening flat that 12,145 and 12,000 round level. From here, any of opening, we are going to plan to buy on here. As soon as we break the high, that we consider 11,175. 12,175. as soon as it cross after opening flat, this will going to be the completely flat. We are going to consider any of opening on here, we are going to consider as a flat. After opening flat, as soon as we break the high, we can plan to buy on here, because you can see the last Friday market become volatile on here. That means trending volatile. Then if chances are very after opening flat, it can be continuation for the buying side. Suppose one important point, if market more gap down opening directly below 12,000, suppose if anything directly opening gap down below 12,000, remember this point, we have market need to be open directly at 12,000 below. If anything gap down opening, then we have to be wait for 1 day, because you can see here all of this swing will going to be volatile range. This is going to be for the buyer support, this is for the buyer support, and this is also for the buyer support. So if anything gap down openings, then market will going to be completely volatile trend, direction will not going to be get there. So better we are going to be wait for 1 day to let the market close somewhere. Suppose if anything after opening gap down, though it's a negative closing, the next day we can plan to sell aggressively with peace of mind. There will be no more any confusion. But if you planning for the selling for even for on Monday, then it is definitely going to be for the confusion. So it will going to be volatile. Multiple time you can hit your SL. So better we are not going to be trade if anything below opening 12,000. Anything above 12,000, as soon as it break, we can plan to buy on here. But remember, market need to be break this high. As long as market will not going to break this high, we are not going to plan to buy on here. Remember, 12,175 market must need to break after opening flat, then we can plan to buy on here. So I hope you understand all of my points, friends. Let's check the S&P 500. S&P 500, similar analysis, similar story. On last Friday, market complete was volatile on here. After opening flat, this is going to be the flat. As soon as it's flat, 3,920. As soon as it break the high, we can plan to buy on here. 10 point going to be stop loss, and 1 is to going to be out target. Similarly, if anything opening below 3,885, if anything gap down opening on here, then we have to be wait for 1 day, let the market volatile or even closing somewhere. So next day we can plan to buy easily on here. So if anything gap down, we are not going to plan to buy on here. So I hope you understand all of my points, friends. Let's check the stock, which stock we can plan to buy on here. First stock will going to be the Microsoft. You can see the buying pressure on here. Seller try to sell again, but it's on reversal. Somewhere market also made a retracement, that to be on Friday. As soon as it break 268, as soon as it break, we can plan to buy on here. And $2 going to be stop loss, $2 to $3 going to be stop loss, 1 is to going to be a target. This is a very good stock. It's always give very good momentum, that to be in intraday. So you can follow this stock as I do always. So let's check the second stock, which is going to be the Tesla. Tesla is also for the buying side. You can see here this buying pressure. Definitely this is going to be the resistance level, but this resistance level hit multiple times, as we discussed in our previous video. If resistance hit multiple times, that means this resistance has become weak on here. Chances are very, as soon as break, market can become very big upside momentum on here. For intraday, how we can plan? 754 after opening flat, 754. As soon as it break the high, we can plan to buy on here, and $4 to $5 going to be stop loss, 1 is to going to be our target. But though it's suppose if it's not give any momentum for tomorrow or Monday or even Tuesday, but I would like you to suggest you track this stock, put on your watch list. After this resistance level, market can become aggressively, that to be in positive momentum. We can see a 900 going to be the next resistance. So 100 more than 100 point is pending on here. So you can track this stock. It can give very good momentum for upcoming weeks. So I hope you understand all of my points, friend. If you understand, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and thank you very much.